Hi everyone and welcome to Home Reno Collectibles, where today I'm going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Malekith from the Cull Obsidian wave. If you want to get this and other Marvel Legends for yourself, you can do so at Big Bad Toy Store, and there's a link in the description below. So just a little bit of a backstory from this figure. The original release of Malekith was part of some kind of Comic-Con exclusive box set, and I think it had a Jane Foster Thor. It had, the actual Thor. We have Boar as well. Slowly but surely, just like Marvel Legends always do, they're releasing their exclusives in different sets anyway. Sometimes they have different paint, sometimes they might have a different head or a different accessory or a different little bit of thing here and there. But in general, we pretty much get all of the characters and general designs that we see in those figures in mass release, which is really, really great if you can't pick them up and you wait and you really wanted them. Because just like me, you can get yourself a Malekith without having to get that massive set, which is really, really awesome. But here you can see everything else in this wave. But as for this figure right here, let's go ahead and take a closer look. And here we have Malekith out of the packaging. This figure is a really, really interesting one. The only accessory that you get with this figure is the sword. And what a sword it is. Look at that thing. It is an absolute beast. It does not have any kind of a sheath, although you can just slot it in between these belts right here and it'll sit there perfectly fine. He does have a peg hole on the back, so if you happen to have some kind of sheath that will hold this monstrosity of awesomeness, then by all means, plug something into his back and go ahead and use it, or you can make one yourself if you're a budding customizer. But this guy, oh man, this thing looks absolutely amazing. I mean, let's just take a quick little look at that sword again. You have that kind of serrated edge right there, the way it curls up at the top, the way it is actually angled down to that sharper edge right there. The nice gold hilt as well, nice vibrant silver for the blade. It's just perfect. I have to say, it's just a perfect sword. It looks awesome. Very, very interesting. The belt right here, it is a loose piece that sits over him, just like this collar piece, actually. The collar piece and these shoulder bells are actually one piece that just sits over his neck, so you can take them off if you don't want them. I guess it'll give you a more kind of classic look, you know, with less armor and just a more basic kind of shoulder area, which is actually painted underneath as well, so will look perfectly fine. I love that they did that detail. This guy, just like Thor, is one of the taller figures. He is a 7-inch figure, which is amazing. And then moving on to the hair as well. That looks so, so good. It really does bring out that darker face, the blue and the black. And I love how that matches up with the paint on the neck as well. Oh, it's just so amazing. It's just like Harley Quinn, how you've got the half and half with the light and the dark red all over the suit too. It's just, oh, it's so good. It works really, really well. So what they've done with this hair is you've actually got the yellow hair mold, and then they've put the white over the top on all the highlights, and it just works so, so well. The gold here on the wrists is the same as the hilt, but the belt here is actually just molded in more of like a kind of, I guess it's just meant to be like a, a tan leather, so it's not supposed to be the same gold as these, which are obviously metal. Same with this piece up here on his neck. That is obviously supposed to be metal and is a proper shiny gold, so that is actually supposed to be a different color to this, so that's perfectly fine. The majority of the paintwork done on this figure is awesome. All of these lines are super crisp. Even these designs on the shoulder bells, they look really, really super crisp. The print on the front, you've got 4 colors here. You obviously got the molded red, and then you've got the other red which is painted on. Then you've also got the silver and the black that's painted on, and it's all clean. All the lines, all the edges, nothing mixes. It's really, really good. They've done a fantastic job with this figure. They really, really have. In terms of articulation, the hair, although it is flexible and it will move, allowing him to look left and right perfectly fine, even with those shoulder bells and everything, which are also flexible and move, it's obviously going to hinder him looking up. You just can't help that, but he looks down perfectly fine. The shoulders, they move out to the side, and the shoulder bells will move out of the way. But remember, if you keep it like that for, let's say, a few months on display, when you bring the arm back down, this shoulder bell is likely going to stay up here like that for a while, Just a bit of warm water will sort that out and bring it back down like this. But I would suggest just keep his arms straight down, and then they're always going to look nice and perfect. Moving on, you do have the rotation at the upper part of the arm. You have the double jointed bicep. You have the rotation and the hinge there at the wrist. The ab crunch is actually kind of wobbly on this figure, but it does click back and forwards. You got the rotation at the waist, which is covered by the belt piece and the skirt piece and so on. The hips, they do still move out to the side the full length, even with all this. They are cut, so they don't really hinder articulation at all. The legs do move forward and back again, not hindered at all, which is awesome. Rotation at the upper part of the thigh, double jointed knees, rotation there at the calf. The feet move up and down and have an ankle pivot. I have to say, all in all, this figure is perfect. The sword accessory is all it needs. You don't need any extra hands and heads and whatnot. A lot of work has gone into this figure, with obviously new sculpts for those shoulder bells and the belt piece, the skirt piece possibly as well, and then the head is just absolutely epic. It is definitely Malekith, and it is definitely awesome. Super happy to get this figure. Obviously, The Only Way Before was part of that exclusive Comic-Con set, so absolutely incredible that we do get a single release. And for it to be as good as this, honestly, it's just amazing and a must-have if you're a fan of Thor. And obviously, he was the main villain. He didn't quite look like this. Obviously, it was Christopher Eccleston who played him in Thor: The Dark World, but that is this same character. So if you enjoy him in that and you want to get a comic book version, this is your best bet. So definitely go ahead and pick it up. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more from me, there's some videos on the screen right now, and links to my social media in the description below. For more Marvel Legends videos, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for watching again, guys, and I'll see you next time.